further, I got to just go ahead and do this real quick. I want to put an income disclaimer out here for anybody in case we start talking about any astronomical amounts of money that Tracey's made since she's been involved here. I just want you to know that that's a testament to hard work. If you don't make sales and produce sales in this business, you will not create an income. So I want to go ahead and get that out of the way first and foremost, so that we don't have the FCC or IRS chasing behind you or any kind of deal like that, right? So Tracey, real quick, I know you've been involved for what, from the very beginning, from the opening night, right?
Yes.
And just real quick, can you share with the folks, because they already see you came from a regular background, you're an ordinary person, but you have produced extraordinary results. Can you just share a little bit real quick about the results that you've had since being a part of Empower Network?
Sure, it is my pleasure. And let me just say that these results are new to me too. You know, I'm still getting a grip on the level of income that I'm able to earn now in this industry, and it's not something that I've always done. And so I'm excited, just the same as everyone else who is exceeding whatever the minimum amount was that they were making previously. It's the same thing for me. So we're on this journey together. But got started with Empower Network. My very first week, I earned $9,000. And I called my sister Nicole, and I said, Nicole, this is Nicole S. Cooper, for those of you that don't know who I'm talking about. I said, Nick, okay, because she wasn't trying to hear it. I made $9,000, and she was like, good for you. She was not trying to hear it because she had been burned out in the industry. That first month, I made over $20,000. I'm like, Nick, come on, like first 30 days, $20,000. And, you know, she was still kind of thinking about it maybe, but I think I had her a little bit more pushed in the direction. Within my first, 5 months, I had made over $50,000 or $60,000 inside of Empower Network. When we got to our first event, and oh no, I take that back. The first 3 months or so, I made about 50. Our first event, June 2012, I had made about $98,000. By the time we got to San Diego, which was September of 2012, I had earned an additional, in addition to that 98, I earned an additional $109,000. And then we got to Austin, and my total income, Austin, which was January 2013, was about $356,000. And between Austin, January 2013, and right now, we sit here April the 3rd, 2013, I am right about $560,000 total income.
Yes, yes, yes. I love it. I love it. I love it. And you were just now, you broke it down to everybody how your income has been increasing, and you use events as the staple point or the catapult point from which you kind of gauging your income growth. So can you just share a little bit about the power of events and why folks need to definitely make sure they're in Chicago coming up here in 2 weeks, and to always be at all of the events, and the way that it's helped your business grow?
Absolutely. I mean, the Empower Network we're evolving to have an event model based system. And we pretty much have an event every quarter. And the reason for that is because we also understand that the average person, after about 90 days or so, Evan, they get into a funk, right? And then if you've got team members that are good for 90 days, if you don't get them back re-engaged at some point, then life gets to them, and then they forget what their goal or their dream was, because they get inundated with what appears to be day-to-day activity and things that they're dealing with. And so for me, that June event, I mean, I worked my ass off from starting in October to June. I worked my behind off. Literally, I was on the phones. I know a lot of people say, oh, don't pick up the phone. But at the beginning, I picked up the phone, right? Because there was no system. There was no website. There was nothing. I had to create my own. I had to pick up the phone. I had to talk to Adrienne Hines. I had to talk to Roger Silvera. I had to talk to Apple Daniels. In fact, I even believe that was her real name. I never met her before then. I thought she was a joke when she came through, because I said, whose name is Apple, you know? So she's like, no, I'm a real person. I had to get on the phone with, Shalonda Gordon, and get on the phone with so many of the frontline people that were there with me in the beginning, and explain to them and share with them what we had. And it was a grind effort. By the time we got to June, I had about 45 to 50 people of our team inside that Atlanta event. And now that compounded the vision for other people, meaning I didn't have to come back and convince 50 people what a great time and what a great company this was. It was me now plus 50 more people who could go back out into the marketplace and say, this is what happened. Here's what I experienced. Their momentum picked up. It allowed my income to go from 98 over a 6-month period of time to 109 in a 3-month period of time. So I doubled my income in a shorter period of time. Why? Because I had more people convicted with the message of what we're doing. Same thing when we got to San Diego. This time we had about 100 people. So I doubled the amount of people. My goal was to keep doubling the amount of people, because if I could double the conviction and the people when we got back home, that would just put a mass blanket over the market to show that it is real. It's not just me, it's other people, whether it's $100 they earned or $5,000 or $100,000 that they earned. It was this event that propelled them into that belief. When we moved into the Austin event, exact same thing. We stayed the same. We had a little over 100 people in Austin, but here's the catch to it. We didn't double from San Diego to Austin, but what we did do is we gained. We lost about 50 or so original people, but we gained another 50 or so new people. Right? Which meant that was still a good thing, because now we had fresh blood that was at this event. And now we're heading into the Chicago event, and we have just about 300 people. So this time we're tripling our attendance purely because we understand that the events numerically have helped me to double my income, double and triple the attendance of the events, and really just give people that solid belief with their own eyes that this is working for thousands of other people, and that if they just simply follow our 8 core commitments, it can work for them too. So the events have been critical, to my success, because getting people there helps me get the message into their hearts where they can get back home and go to work without needing me every 5 minutes on the phone or something like that.
And that's absolutely awesome. I want to hit one subject you just said. You said when you first got started out, the company just got started. You said you went on ahead and hit those phones and had to pound those phones. And see, a lot of people, they get the wrong idea because they're listening to the sales video and they see like where David Woods is now, and like people that are higher ranking where you are now, who don't have to pick up the phone, and they're living a lifestyle where the system works automatically on autopilot. But one of the things like that I really just kind of started to begin to understand in this game is this is a business that you have to kickstart first, and then you move into that autopilot mode. And that's what's helped me, like currently in this game. I made it up to the top of the leaderboard pretty fast because of a call that I heard you and Nicole Cooper do on the Inner Circle. So for those of you who are listening and watching, you don't know what the Inner Circle is, just go ahead and get in, click the link, get your blog, get the Inner Circle. Just go ahead and get all in so you can take advantage of the whole scope of this thing. But one of the things that I really got out of that message was do whatever it takes. Right. The last 2 or 3 weeks on our Empower Hour call, Dave Woods has been saying, do whatever it takes. Get 2 people a day. How you get them? He doesn't even care how you get them. Just get 2 people a day, and eventually you're moving to that mode where eventually it's just a natural progression for you to get 2 a day. If you could share just like a little bit about that, just that progression of making things happen, and then the flow that comes along with it after you actually get it going, that'd be huge.
Yeah, there's a concept, Evan, of a water pump, right? And with a water pump, what happens is you've got like this handle, and then you've got like this bowl or this barrel thing down here at the bottom, and then you've got like this pipe in the middle. And what happens is that if you pull the handle back and then press, there's suction that comes through that pipe that pulls the water up through the pipe and out through the spout. Well, the first couple of pumps that you have, there's no water coming out the spout. The water is having to be sucked up through the suction, through the air that's being pressed as a result of you making this motion right here, right? And so if you're making this motion and you're only looking at the spout and you don't understand that there's a process that has to happen for the air to actually pull the water up through the pipe and then through the funnel and then out, then you're missing the whole thing. That's the way everything works. If you have a bottle of lotion, same thing, a brand new bottle of lotion, you open it up and you press down on it, the lotion doesn't come out, all of it, right at that instant. You have to press it a couple times, boom, 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 and then the lotion comes up through the little plastic thing and then out. When you're driving a car, you can't just automatically go into cruise control out of your garage. You have to at least press the gas, bag the car up, get it. You got to press the gas until you get to a speed that is reasonable for you, and then you can push the button that says cruise control. So there's no aspect of our life where you come out the gate on cruise control. It's just no way it happens. There's no professional athlete that's done it. There's no professional businessman or woman that's done it. There's no mechanical system that does it. It's nothing. The people are here right now redoing the hardwood floors in my house, right? What they couldn't just come in here and start laying all the new hardwood floor on top of the old hardwood floor. They had to come in here. They had to pull up all the old hardwood floors. They had to then scrape all the glue off from that was underneath that set of hardwood floors. Then they had to come in and prime, and they had to prep the new floor. They had to put the new the floor there. They had to put the glue and everything on. They have to cut the hardwood so that it fits properly. Then they can lay the hardwood floor. There's a process to every single thing that we do in life. And my biggest thing that I hope someone takes away from this component of our conversation is that you have got to give yourself time. You have got to give yourself time and be realistic with the set of skills that you are starting with. If you are starting with 0 skills in internet marketing, then you have got to give yourself a chance to learn and it become what we call a unconscious competence type of situation, which turning something that you never knew before into a habit. Give yourself a 21-day, a 31-day press like this, a 30-day press, so that you can start to build the momentum. And if you just continue to focus on what you want your end result to be, i.e. 2 sales a day, then trust me, if you keep doing that same thing, pounding on it over and over and over again, and you're doing it the way we're teaching, Evan, right? Because people will do things their own way, the wrong way, over and over, and then wonder why it's not working. So if you follow the process, the steps in order, and you do it consistently, then we can do everything then, pretty much put the money in your pocket ourselves to say you would have earned the right for the marketplace to see you as a valuable source and be willing to exchange their dollars for whatever value it is that you have. And it's just give yourself time, allow yourself to prime that pump, give yourself a moment to catch the wind of what you're doing. And all the while, Evan, please, whatever anybody does, please do not compare yourself to somebody else. I have never ran track and field before, but we have a team member, Andrea Boulder. She's on Nicole Cooper's team. She is an Olympic gold medalist for the relay. She ran in the Olympics in Australia. And how could I ever walk onto a track today knowing that Andrea is a gold medalist, race her, and then compare my greatness to her greatness? It would be literally ridiculous to do that. I have to practice, and there's no way I could compare myself to a gold medalist today. I have to give myself the time to build up that skill. Then I could probably take Andrea on. The same way in this environment, you can take any of the leaders on. Once you've got enough of the skill set, it becomes habit for you and you're in momentum. So that would be what I would say and how important it is to just stay in the game, Evan.